NXT results. This is from June 15th, 2016. We're going to be talking about the TM61 versus Blake and Murphy. I would annoy you guys with stupid facts, but today I feel like I'm not going to do that because I'm not an asshole. Kind of. I am an asshole, but I will not talk to you about the match in general. I don't think you guys really need to know about that. I think you guys need to watch it on the WWE Network, which you can buy online for just $9.99 a month. That's a great deal for all the content you're getting, especially this goddamn match. You need to watch this match. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I think I got you guys for that one. I think I got all you guys for that one. Right? No. This personifies the problem with NXT right now. Actually, there's no problem with NXT in general. I think there's a problem with these wrestlers being able to get at TM61. Not a bad team. Nothing against these guys, but Blake and Murphy, man. Who the hell let these guys in the door? Seriously, who allowed these guys to show up on an NXT live event? These guys are fine. These guys aren't terrible wrestlers. Their gimmick is garbage. There is no gimmick. They come in there, they shoot, they say they're gonna beat people up, and then they don't. The worst problem is you walk into a room, tell them you're gonna beat them, and then then you just lose. How the hell does that work anywhere in the world? I'm going to beat you up, and then you fail. That is what you call a loser. They lose too much. You can't do this to a team, especially since they've lost the NXT Tag Team titles. They definitely do not have an edge in anything right now. They are being used as jobbers. Maybe.
Victory is at hand.
I don't even know why they are still here. They could have used the momentum out of losing the NXT Tag Team titles to push them up to the main roster, possibly do something there. But they didn't. They couldn't do it. They couldn't stomach having Blake and Murphy on Raw, which is fine. They don't deserve to be on Raw. But why give them the titles for 6 months and then not do anything with them? It just makes no fucking sense. You can't just give somebody gold and then drop it and don't do anything with them. Unless it's Roman Reigns, then basically I'm okay with that. But right now, they need to get on a better end of winning. I don't care who this I don't care about TM61. I care about the fact that Blake and Murphy are getting jobbed. And I'm not saying these guys are terrible. These guys are not terrible. I'm not saying I don't like them either. These guys are great. But they're using Blake and Murphy so terrible. They're not bad wrestlers. And that's, I don't understand. Like, they won the titles cheaply, yes. They won the titles, and they kept the titles by cheating, which they still kept the titles. But you guys use this for what reason now? To bring them up? How does that bring them up? Like, how is this little predicament supposed to help? All it does is hurt. I wouldn't say anybody in the WWE locker room should be ashamed of themselves for letting this happen, but they should be ashamed of themselves for doing this to Blake and Murphy. To any wrestler that pops in, wins titles, and then just gets put on the back burner for years to come. I guess they argue outside of the ring afterwards. So apparently they're going to be... This is what they're doing. They're probably going to split them up, which is normal. I expect this entirely. I do not condone this, however. I expect this. I expect what they're doing to just get rid of the whole tag team. They won the tag team gold and then they're fighting. What is this, like a new fucking thing now? Like, whenever people, every time people win gold and then they lose it, they just hate each other forever? You can't bring up an NXT, you can't bring up a division doing this. You can't bring up a tag team division by making them fight. And then it lessens the impact. If you want tag team wrestlers and be able to say that our tag team wrestling is one of the best in the world, you can't say that this is acceptable. This is not acceptable, ever. You can't just give these guys garbage roles and expect people to not like accept this. You expect people to just take it and just swallow it. And this is why NXT is turning more into the main roster than ever before, because they're starting to do this. And that's where people need to be brought up. And that's where Blake and Murphy should have got brought up during their little reign, after their little reign. And it was a 6-month reign. You don't hold titles for 6 months and then they're garbage. Like these guys, after they lost their titles, they became nothing. They became nobodies. They needed their titles. The Vaudevillains, they didn't need their titles because they got pops. Like, they got good pops. There's the issue here. You can't have a heel team like that unless they have heel heat. If you don't have heel heat, it won't work. Nobody deliberately hates the casual fan does not like Blake and Murphy. They are supposed to not like Blake and Murphy when you make them cheat. The issue here is they're getting no reaction from anybody. And you could blame this on the creative team. You could also blame this on anybody who makes the decisions in NXT that allows this to continue, which it never should have continued in the first place. I think I'm going on a long spiel about this, and I don't think people understand this issue here. So I'm just gonna end it off, and I will see you guys in the next one.